Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my Pride series review of Philadelphia. June is Pride Month, and in celebration all month long, I will be reviewing impactful LGBTQ films throughout history that I have yet to review here on the channel previously. And for each and every film, I will have a special guest to come on and discuss these films with me. So today, in discussing the Oscar Award-winning Philadelphia, I am joined by Ashleigh from the Movie Oracle. So, Ashleigh, let us know your thoughts on Philadelphia.
Hello and welcome back to my... Wait. This is Larry's channel, not my channel. My mistake. Well, in that case, can I tell you something? Just between us. Just come in a little bit. Little bit more. Little bit more. Okay, now back the fuck up. Not that close. Jesus. I don't have any filters on this thing, my god. But anyway, I just wanted to say, first of all, bravo, you have made the first right step in clicking on this video, so kudos to you. But the second best step to do right now would be to hit that button that says subscribe. It's kind of red. You should do that, and then next to it there's like a little bell thing, and you should really like hit that too, because I'm telling you, it'll be one of the best decisions you ever make in your life. And I say that with complete sincerity. I mean, don't let the makeup and the hoops fool you. I mean what I'm saying. Okay? We cool? Okay, cool. Just so we're clear. With that out of the way, I have once again been asked by the amazing Larry to be part of his Pride Month celebration and to talk about a film. And the film that I have selected, and bitch, I'm telling you, I was prepared to fight for this one, is Philadelphia. Whew, Philadelphia. So, here are my thoughts. Philadelphia is a 1993 American legal drama directed by Jonathan Demme and written by Ron Nyswaner. The film is inspired by the life of Geoffrey Bowers, an attorney in 1987 who sued his former law firm for wrongful dismissal in one of the first AIDS discrimination cases. So this was probably the first film I ever watched that tackled the subject of gay rights and discrimination and the stigma that surrounded the AIDS epidemic, and it was not a soft introduction. This is an elegantly made film that addresses all facets of discrimination without putting AIDS at the center of its story. At the core of this film is actually a story about a man fighting for his humanity. When Tom Hanks' character Andrew Beckett is fired under the guise of incompetence when it is in fact an act of discrimination, he begins a process to fight for his rights. Legally, he fights under the basis of discrimination because that is the law and what happened, but that's not what it's about to him. He's not taking a political stand and standing up for all gay people or all AIDS sufferers. Beckett is a man who took deep pride in his work and his level of dedication and professionalism. His name, his work ethic, and his career were taken from him for things he could not control. While he is a gay man and an AIDS sufferer, he does not let these things define him, his worth, or his humanity, and his former employers have deprived him of this, and he is fighting for it back, refusing to go to his grave with this stain against his name. The way the story focuses on this and Beckett's fight to be treated as a human being the same as anyone else and to prove his worth and his skills and reputation is something I love about this film. It, as I said, humanizes the character and reinforces that being gay is not a symptom. It's not a characteristic or a personality trait. It is simply a fact of who you are and should not result in others defining your worth or existence based on this. You should not be judged for this any more than you should be judged based on whether or not you were born with brown or blonde hair. What drives this home is two additional elements to the film. The first being the relationship between Beckett and Joe Miller, played by Denzel Washington. Miller begins his journey in this film as a somewhat unscrupulous attorney who is not so subtle about his homophobia. The film slowly sees Miller open up to Beckett and taking a genuine interest and investment in not just Beckett's case, but Beckett as a person. During one scene, Miller witnesses Beckett being the victim of open discrimination, and he, for a moment, is seeing another man experience what so many African Americans have experienced for centuries. And yet here he is showing another minority the same level of treatment he has no doubt experienced. And as a new father, is that a world he wants his child to grow up in? A world where the color of your skin or who you love makes you less human? As they go on this journey together, they develop mutual understanding and respect. Miller doesn't just lose his prejudice overnight, but through time and getting to know Beckett as a person, his mind is open to another way of thinking, which is something more people can and should aspire to. The second moment that drives this film home for me is the depiction of the firm and lawyers out to demonize Beckett. We see a group of men who lack integrity and see gays and no doubt people of color as inferior and not worthy of any level of respect. From the moment they begin their campaign against Beckett, you see in their behavior that the moment they learned Beckett was not only gay but an AIDS carrier, they no longer saw him as human. He no longer was deserving of respect or any level of decency. They chose to demean and attack every facet of his life with no care or consideration, not only for Beckett but for his family, because they saw him and those like him as so beneath them they could not foresee the storm that would consume and destroy their lives and careers as a result of their baseless prejudice. As the community would rise up to fight alongside Beckett, to fight against the voices of prejudice that would also rise to silence him and take away his human rights and in turn theirs. This is an incredibly poignant film with an exceptionally written story led by two powerhouses of acting. Hanks no doubt deserved his Oscar win that year. This film also features an outstanding supporting cast that can't and shouldn't be ignored. Niswaner created a screenplay that was also incredibly deserving of its Oscar nomination. This is one of the most gripping films I have ever seen, with an emotionally devastating ending. This is one of the few drama films I love to revisit, but if you are new to this film and end up loving it as much as I do, I recommend doing what I do and limit how often you revisit it, as it takes some time to gather your emotional faculties after watching it. A big thank you to Larry. Thank you so much for once again having me on your channel and letting me be a part of your Pride Month movie celebration, talking about LGBT plus films. As a member of the LGBT plus community, it is so important that we have representation, not just in films in general, but also on this platform. There are more people out there in this movie community who are not just straight white guys. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there is more to this community. There are many facets to it, and representation truly is important. So thank you, Larry, for giving people more of a voice on this platform. I truly appreciate it. And for those watching, remember what I said before about the thing and the button and the clicking and the... Okay, cool, we got this? Okay, cool. Great. In that case, enjoy the rest of the video. Bye!
Thank you so much, Ashleigh, for joining me yet again for this Pride series. I love having your insight as a fellow member of the LGBTQI community. I really appreciate your advocacy across all platforms and your willingness to share your experience and who you are with the rest of us. Not to mention your wonderful insight on the film. So if you are not already, please make sure to head on over to the Movie Oracle and hit that subscribe button, because she has amazing movie reviews as well as a wonderful game show that she puts so much effort into, called Are You a Movie Oracle? It's amazing. You need to check it out. So get over to her channel, hit that subscribe. Also follow her over on Twitter and Instagram. All of those links will be in the description below. So Philadelphia is a pretty difficult watch because it's a heavy film that really takes on the legal system and how prejudices leaked into the legal system, as well as the workplace, not only for members of the LGBTQ community, but specifically for members who had HIV or AIDS. So Tom Hanks is our lead, a man who has AIDS and was fired from his job at a law firm because of his ever-growing physical depiction of his disease. He hires on Denzel Washington's character to come on and defend him in the case, who has his own prejudices that he must overcome to successfully complete his job. What I think this film does a really great job of is showing just the subtle day-to-day hardships that somebody who had HIV or AIDS in the 80s, in the 90s, had to go through, particularly. And honestly, what they have still gone through in the 2000s, in the 2010s, and I'm sure even in the 2020s, we're still going to be battling this HIV/AIDS stigma. So, over the years, we have definitely seen a lot of material come out about HIV and AIDS and how that epidemic really just traumatized the LGBTQ community in particular, through no insignificant part from a government who refused to acknowledge or act. This film specifically deals with a singular court case that magnifies the bigger legal issue and the workforce and how people were just trying to live and they couldn't even work. But it's a really impactful film in that. And it really steers clear of a lot of melodramatic tropes that could have come from a drama like this and sticks to really earned, well-developed character development that leads to great moments of catharsis, moments of anger, moments of outrage, moments of tears. Every emotional hit in this movie lands and feels incredibly earned. Tom Hanks won the Oscar for Best Actor for Philadelphia, and it was completely deserved. He gave a stellar performance in this film, a really heartfelt understanding of this character and what they were going through. On top of the extreme physicality needed to depict this role, he inhabited the person and really brought them to life. But Denzel Washington was also fantastic in a really nuanced yet complicated character. He actually goes through a huge development. He ends in a completely different place, and that is shown wonderfully through the interactions and performances of Hanks and Washington on screen. They are wonderful together. You buy this dynamic, it never comes across fake or forced. And Denzel does a great job of showing this changed man. The script is fantastic. The makeup and hair work is really wonderful. As a courtroom drama, it is riveting. As an activism piece for HIV/AIDS and the LGBTQ community at large, it is amazing. It was one of the earlier mainstream films to nab big actors like Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington and release mainstream, getting awards, nominations, and wins for depicting such a difficult and still highly taboo subject that the world was just coming out of. It's a brave and daring movie that doesn't pull punches, but never falls into melodramatic trap holes. It certainly earns its place as a historic film in the LGBTQ landscape, and I think it is really just a wonderful movie across the board. So that is my review of Philadelphia, as well as Ashleigh from the Movie Oracle's thoughts and opinions on this film. Again, please make sure that you are going over and subscribing to Ashleigh. Show her some love over on the Movie Oracle. You won't be disappointed. But we also want to hear your thoughts. Have you seen Philadelphia? If you have, what are your thoughts on the film? If not, definitely give it a watch. And while you're here, hit that like button down below if you did like this video, and make sure to subscribe so you are always up to date on my latest videos, including each and every review in this Pride series. And if you're looking for more Pride content, I have a Pride Month celebration playlist pinned to my front page that includes all of my previous Pride Month videos, as well as reviews for LGBTQ-centric films. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!